Have you been considering getting a Disneyland Magic Key or annual pass, and maybe you have some questions? Well, good news. In this video, I'm going to break it down for you, everything that you need to know before getting a Disneyland Magic Key. I'm calling this Disneyland Magic Key Explained because I am going to cover everything in a very simplistic, easy to understand way, including what is a Magic Key, its benefits, pricing, monthly payments, differences between the different key types, and a lot more. You're going to understand everything by the end of this video. I'm theme park content creator David Vaughn, and let's get right into it. So first thing is, what is a Disneyland Magic Key? Well, basically it's just another name for a Disneyland annual pass. A Disneyland Magic Key annual pass gets you into the parks on the days that it's valid. So there are actually 4 different types of Magic Keys. However, they each come with a different set of benefits and also blockout dates. So typically the less you pay for a Magic Key, the more blockout dates you get. For example, the Enchant Key doesn't have any access on the weekends, but you can pay for other ones that do. Really, they just try to tailor it to your needs and your price point as well. I'm going to break down each pass types in just a moment, including how many times you actually need to use the passes to make them worth it. But before we get into all of that, there's some important things that you need to know first about Magic Keys and how to use them. The very first thing you need to understand is that Magic Keys do require a reservation. Basically, Disneyland allots a certain amount of reservations just for Magic Key holders to get into the parks those days. And you quickly make your reservation using the Disneyland app. You get instructions for this as soon as you buy a Magic Key. But the app is free to download, and then you can make your reservations from there. And you can also make reservations for other people who have Magic Keys or tickets going. In addition, your Magic Key also works as a park hopper, so you can go to both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure in a single day. However, you can only book a reservation for one park, so you start off at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure, and then after 11 a.m. currently, you can hop to the next park. You don't need to book reservations for both parks, you just need to book a reservation for one of the parks, and then you can hop after 11 a.m. Magic Keys also get you discounts on food, merchandise, and even parking. There are also a bunch of freebies you get throughout the year, so sometimes during special events, and these have been everything from posters to stickers to magnets. Free patches given out at special events have also been a really big hit. And if you're a California resident, you can also make payments on your Magic Key without any interest. Keep in mind, I did say California resident and not Southern California. It's all of California can make payments. Now in this next section, I'm going to break down all 4 different Magic Key pass types so that you can make an informed decision about which one is right for you. We're going to talk about benefits, pricing, how to use them, and so much more. So let's get into that. So I'm going to start with the least expensive and then head to the most expensive. Starting off with the Enchant Key. The Enchant Key is currently priced at $599. Now, Disneyland says that this pass can pay for itself in about 4 trips, and how they determine how these passes can pay for themselves is by basing it on the price of the least expensive park hopper ticket that Disneyland sells. Now, of course, it could be a better deal if you ended up going on a day that would be otherwise more expensive, but overall, if you go 4 times, then you got your money's worth. So let's get into some more of the very big pros and a few of the cons of this pass. So things to consider. Again, you need to book a reservation to use this Magic Key. You can do that on the Disneyland app, and there will be blockout days that apply. Now with the Enchant Key, the thing to understand is that it does not work on any weekend dates. And additionally, it is only available for Southern California residents. So you have to be in the zip codes listed here in order to purchase this Magic Key. It's a great benefit for those who are just wanting to go after work, or if they get days off during the week, then this is a really good time. You're also blocked for almost every major holiday, as well as spring break, holiday season. In fact, this pass is usually blocked for all of December, so if you're planning to go in December, this might not be the pass for you. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link to the Magic Key access calendar in the description below so that you can see the blockouts for every single Magic Key. Again, other benefits include that it is a park hopper. The Enchant Key also can hold up to 2 reservations at a time. So what holding 2 reservations at a time means, what it doesn't mean is you can't use like a reservation for you and a reservation for somebody else. The Magic Key only works for the person it's purchased for. However, you can book in advance 2 reservations at a time. So if you wanted to go a week from now, you could book a week from now. If you wanted to go a month from now, you could book another date a month from now. But then once you've used up both of your reservations, then you have to take a pause and use one of those reservations in order to free up another one, or cancel it, and then you can also book another reservation that way. However, other pass types will allow you to hold more reservations. I'll get into those in just a moment. The Enchant Key also gets you 25% off when you purchase Lightning Lane Multipass, which used to be called Disney Genie Plus. You can't purchase that in advance. You can only purchase day of, but you get that discount. It also gets you 10% off merchandise, 10% off dining, and 25% off parking when you park at the Toy Story parking lot. It doesn't work for the structures. In addition, it doesn't work on your blockout dates. All right, next up is the Enchant Key. So this one's more expensive than the other one. However, you will get less blockout dates, priced at $974. Disneyland says that this pass pays for itself in 6 visits. It also works as a park hopper, and you do need to book a reservation. However, you can book up to 4 theme park reservations at a time with the Enchant Key. The Enchant Key also gets 25% off Lightning Lane Multipass, 10% off select merchandise, 10% off select dining, and 25% off theme park parking when you park at the Toy Story parking lot. Another thing about the Enchant Key, it is blocked every single Saturday. However, it does get some Sundays, mostly in the off season, so you'll see them in January or February. But there are also several other months, including March and April, August, September, and November, that also offer Sundays for the Enchant Key. However, you will also be blocked almost all of June and all of July and a part of August as well for the summer break, as well as major holidays. You're often blocked. So if you're somebody who is like, I would go at least 6 times a year, I would like to go on some Sundays, I would like to go during the week as well, and going during major holidays in the summer is not a big deal to you, then I would definitely say you might want to consider the Enchant Key. This one's really popular for that reason. However, if you want more weekends, let's talk about the Believe Key, which also has many Saturdays. Priced at $1,374, the Believe Key is said to pay for itself in 9 visits according to Disneyland. Again, like all their Magic Keys, reservations are required, and it does allow you to park hop. However, with the Believe Key, you can hold up to 6 reservations at a time. You also get 25% off Lightning Lane Multipass. However, the Believe Key has a really cool option. You can get unlimited PhotoPass downloads. So what this means is if you're riding an attraction, your photo is taken, or a Disney photographer takes your picture inside the park, then you can download those photos as much as you want, unlimited, and you don't have to pay extra for them at all. Believe Key holders also get 10% off select merchandise, 10% off select dining, and 50% off standard theme park parking. And the good news is you can use this not only at the Toy Story parking, but also at the structures, so you can park at Mickey and Friends or Pixar Pals and get that discount. However, just like the other 2 keys, you can't go on a blockout day and use your discount for parking. But now getting into blockout days, the Believe Key has a lot more weekend availability. While there are some Saturdays that are blocked, these are mostly in like the Halloween season and holiday season and in July. However, there are many dates that are available in the summer and during major holidays, though all key pass types are blocked around Christmas and New Year. And for the last one is the most expensive, the Inspire Key, priced at $1,749. Disneyland says this one pays for itself in 11 visits, and why they say it's the most expensive is because there are the fewest blockout dates. In fact, the only time that you'll see blockout dates for the Inspire Key is around Christmas and New Year currently. So you won't be able to go during the later part of the holiday season, like really around those 2 holidays. It's about 2 weeks it's blocked. However, you can go any other time. Anytime in the summer, anytime in the beginning of the year, anytime for the special events, anytime for major holidays. Just keep in mind that it is reservation based. So if reservations do run out, then you won't be able to just go up whenever. You do need to book a reservation in order to use any of the keys. The Inspire Key also works as a park hopper. You can go after 11 a.m. and also holds 6 reservations at a time. You also get 25% off Lightning Lane Multipass, unlimited PhotoPass digital downloads, just like with the Believe Key, and you get 20% off select merchandise with the Inspire Key, so it gets the most, as well as 15% off select dining with the Inspire Key, also the most for that. And standard theme park parking is included, so you can park at Mickey and Friends, Pixar Pals, or the Toy Story parking lot for no additional cost. You just show them your pass, and they scan it, and then they let you into the parking lot with no fee. So clearly this one is for folks who want to go a lot more. Again, spontaneity is a little less likely just based on the fact that you do need to book a park reservation. However, if you plan to go frequently, you know, a couple times a month, which a lot of folks do, then you don't have to worry about theme park parking. So even if it says it pays for itself in 11 visits, if you take into consideration that included parking, then really you're saving yourself a lot more in a shorter period of time. So now that we know the pricing, let's talk about monthly payments. We have the Imagine Key at $559. After $189 down, keep in mind you do have to pay $189 down when you purchase a new Magic Key no matter what. It's only if you renew that you don't have to pay that $189 down. Anyway, it's $34.17 for that. The Enchant Key priced at $974 is $65.42 monthly payments. The Belief Key priced at $1,374 is $98.75 in the monthly payments. And the Inspire Key is $1,749 or $130 even for monthly payments. And again, those monthly payments are for each Magic Key, and you have to be a California resident to do that. Okay, so now that you know what the Magic Keys are, what is it actually like to have a Magic Key? In this part, I'm going to quickly sum up some of the pros and the cons of having a Magic Key so that you can better understand before you buy one. So what I personally love about having a Magic Key is that my friends and my family members who have one, it's easy to connect up and go with our Magic Keys. We don't have to keep buying tickets. And if you're going frequently, like a lot of folks who maybe don't live too far from Disneyland might want to go a couple times a month, it might make sense to buy a more expensive Magic Key. Even the less expensive ones, if you can go after work, can make a lot of sense. And personally, I'm somebody who loves getting a good deal, and we often see discounts roll out for Magic Key holders. Like you might see Disneyland Resort hotels on discount. And another thing to keep in mind, especially if you love discounts, is it does say you get 10 to 15% off select dining, depending on the key type that you get, and select merchandise. But honestly, it's quite a bit of things throughout the resort. In fact, I rarely run into things that don't have a discount. Like often the new popcorn buckets, they don't qualify for Magic Key discounts. However, almost all the food that I buy, including if you go to downtown Disney, often offers at least a 10% discount. And if you're going to a special event, like you get Oogie Boogie Bash tickets, or you're going to a Disneyland After Dark event, you can use your Magic Key to park and get discounted parking or free parking that way. Of course, that depends on your pass type, but hey, that's another added benefit, especially if you're going frequently. You really do see your discounts rack up. I will say ultimately there's a couple of cons. One is that it can be a bit crowded when you go. A lot of folks have an Imagine Key just so they can go after work. So even if you're planning on, you're saying, hey, the Disneyland park is open till midnight, I get off work at 4:30, I head down there, I'm there by 5:30, then you might be doing that with a lot of folks. So you might be waiting in a bit of a line to get into the park. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. So just something to keep in mind. I also just think reservations overall, a lot of Magic Key holders don't love them because ultimately we don't have a lot of spontaneity to go when we want. If somebody invites you, hey, we're going to Disneyland today, and you can't get a reservation, it's really frustrating. So you do have to plan more in advance than the old annual passes that Disneyland had some years ago. So yeah, I do miss that about them, but I think Disneyland is definitely doing this for crowd control because so many Magic Key holders or annual pass holders in the past were going after work and really crowding the park. So I think this just kind of keeps it down for a lot of people, but we'll see. I don't really know that for sure. That's just my guess. Another thing to keep in mind is you can't purchase Lightning Lane multi-pass in advance. You got to wait till you get to the parks, but you do get a 25% discount that way. Oh, and one more thing, I also absolutely love those included photo pass downloads that the Believe Key and the Inspire Key get, especially if you're just doing a quick visit and you want to take a picture with the character, or you're visiting with friends, you want to take a picture, near the castle or near the Ferris wheel or some other iconic spot. It's great though for special events because you're like, oh, I didn't even know I wanted to take a picture with that. And there's a photographer there, they snap your picture, you can scan it in your app, and suddenly the photo is downloaded and you can post it. Anyway, hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. Also, if you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel out, and also consider giving me a subscribe. I post Disneyland updates all the time, filling you in on all the important things that you would need to know, plus news for things that are coming in the future. Again, my name's David Vaughn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.